and happy Valentine's Day from Love Improv. I'm Sherry.
I'm Rebecca.
Today is all things love, which, I don't know, I guess it always is here. But this season is really kind of convoluted a lot with the media and advertising and buying gifts and whatever else. And I think we just wanted to touch base on the differences between being in love and loving.
And what are those differences, Sherry?
Well, when we are in love, oh, it's so exciting, we're infatuated, and I think when we kind of step back a little bit, we'll notice that when we feel that way, we're actually feeling like we want something from this other person. So when we're in love, we're looking not only for that connection, but sometimes it can be a subtle bit of control as well. And so to look at the other side of that, which is being loving, of course that's compassionate and providing loving kindness. But it comes back to that flow again, where when you are loving, it's unconditional. So I can see that as two different ways of having sharing love with your partner. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, you made a really good distinction between the romantic love or being in love. There is a premium on it in our society, which essentially it's the endorphin rush that we get. There's biological things that support the in-love feeling, and there's cultural things that support the in-love feeling, and there are several storylines of this is what it should feel like that support the in-love kind of paradigm. So there's a big difference between I should feel this way and this means this and forever blah 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 yada yada versus loving. Okay, so let's drop into a little bit more about what it is to be loving, because Lord knows during Valentine's you're bombarded with all concepts of in love. So I agree with you, and let's dig a little bit deeper to loving.
Well, I think loving compared to being, say, in love has to do with this sustainability, right? Of how do you keep that in love feeling? It's almost not possible. I mean, it gets to a point where it's very unconditionally loving, and so that's the question you were asking. So I think it has to do a lot with how well you know yourself and really how well you know your partner. What is it that would make them feel more joy in their life? And so that would be something to think about on Valentine's Day. It doesn't have to be diamond rings or a big fat dinner out, you know, that's going to set you back for a couple weeks. You know, that's not what it's all about. Maybe it's just coming home and entering the house completely different to your partner and just really explaining how much they mean to you. That could be like a wonderful Valentine gift.
Absolutely. And to go a little bit deeper into loving and this idea of unconditional, what we're saying is that there can be evaluations without judgment. So that is opening space for your partner to show up however they are and for you to show up however you are. Because some mornings you're going to wake up with your hair like this and you're not going to be good looking and you're going to be cranky, or you're going to make a mistake that upsets your partner, or they're going to do something that upsets you. But loving is loving all of it. It's not excluding one for the other. It's not cherry picking. It is really saying, I love all of you and you are enough just as you are.
So when you move out of that in love stage, which we're not saying don't go for that.
Absolutely.
You know, absolutely, that's where the connection starts. But to further allow the person to be who they are, and you be who you are, good, bad, or ugly, or whatever happens around there.
Right. And
without the judgment. Sorry,
Yeah.
without the judgment.
Without the judgment. And so in love and loving is an evolution that they go hand in hand, where we really want to make the distinction, though, is not to cling to one versus the other, but to, again, lovingly allow for both.
So whether it's possession or passage.
Yeah. My name is Rebecca, and thank you so much for stopping by. Keep it sexy.
And I'm Sherry. Love courageously.